He's done it all. Hundreds of skydives, traveled the world, army, police work, intelligence work, and prison. Now he's an author and a biker with an axe to grind. He's Dennis M. Young. It's December 11th, 2016. I'm Dennis Young. I referred to these in a past video blog I did on why Russia will succeed because it's smart and Sweden will die because it's stupid. I referred to a couple of blogs. I'm just going to read those blogs each off. This was originally done on the 25th of October, and it goes to the point that Trump was a predictable, he would be the president. So Trump said, it's called "The First Accurate Poll Requires Mass Murder." Trump said he'd leave us in suspense when he was asked at the third debate whether he'd accept the results of the upcoming election. His non-position is much more thoughtful than it seems. Even Democratic strategist James Carville has admitted that there will always be a certain amount of voter fraud. He made criminality in elections sound normal. Any voter who wants to know about how the Clinton legacy has mountains of insider info to follow. And they are involved in rape, witness tampering, murder, war crimes, extortion, corruption, and what seems minor in comparison, voter fraud. Only an idiot would automatically pre-accept the results of an election under these circumstances. Trump knows that his confidential internal polls have him way ahead. Now it's funny that since the election, because I wrote this before the election, the tables have been turned and it's Hillary who's calling on voter fraud, and of course Jill Stein, who's in it for the money, but still. Trump was in a position of saying, yes, I'll accept the results, which would unleash the unfettered Clinton fraud machine, which was unleashed anyway. Trump would have then have to go back on his word and call shenanigans or stick to his I'll accept position. He gave the only answer that allowed a democracy to oversee a fair result. The question really asked him to agree to capitulate to fraud, and Trump refused. Clinton accused Trump of being a serial whiner for fighting for justice and taking care of number one. Trump has said the corporate establishment media is against him. Is that even in question? Trump is being Captain Obvious in this case. Clinton tried another setup when she accused Trump of being in bed with Putin. The extreme psychopaths like Clinton only see the black and white, very ends of the spectrum. They don't understand that there is room for decency, respect, and fair play without dominating others. The question was phrased sort of like, do you want to kill Putin or do you want to sleep with him? It would be like going on a date and asking a lady, do you want to kill me or, sleep with me? The lady probably wanted to lay the groundwork for some sort of rapport. Even the questions to Trump are a fraud. Every intelligence operator knows that groundwork precedes an action. Question fraud and voter fraud have had to be preceded by polling fraud. We are currently observing the biggest polling fraud in U.S. history. Thousands of people show up for Trump rallies, and many are left waiting outside because the house is packed. There is a happy celebration feel to the event, despite Hillary's main backer, George Soros, paying people to create mayhem at the rallies. By contrast, Hillary gets a few hundred moribund zombies whose dead eyes drone, "Can I go home now?" This contrast is the real poll. People who vote with their enthusiasm and their feet have resoundingly chosen Trump as their president, but I would feel better if some science was applied. It'd be interesting to know if any polling data reflects the mood on the street. Polling is very easy to skew. All you have to do is poll more Democrats than Republicans, and the Democrats win. A sample size of more than 1,000 people is considered large enough to give an accurate estimate of the public's will. It's all about the methodology. Recently, several grad students carefully conducted a poll that included 50,000 people. They polled 1,000 people from each state. They polled 1/3 Democrats, 1/3 Republicans, and 1/3 independents. Again, Captain Obvious swooped in and declared Trump to be the winner. But the numbers are shocking. Trump took an astounding 67% of the vote. That's why Trump plays to a full house. Hillary scored just 19%, which means, again, that corporate media is dead. I mean, what good are the media liars if they can't get the establishment candidate elected? As Trump has said, Psycho Hillary is not one to give up. A campaign of mass murder is just the same old for her. The ends will justify the means. Now, how does Hillary get 67% of the electorate to sleep with Vince Foster and Gary Webb? So I wrote that one in October, and it should be taken, with that in mind. And that's it. I'm Dennis Young for henchmanshonor.com.